been single for the last year now, and it has been the most relaxing year of my entire life. It has been lovely waking up every day going, oh, no one's gonna make me cry today but me.
She's hit all the benchmarks for success in comedy at a pace that's no joke. Sold-out tours, Netflix specials, and now her own late-night show. Luke Burbank is talking with Taylor Tomlinson, just for laughs.
Okay, so this is stage 30.
That's where we're gonna be.
It's Taylor Tomlinson's first day on the Paramount lot, and the set for her new late-night show, After Midnight, is, well, non-existent.
That's where your show's going to be happening.
Yeah, I'm telling you, nothing's done yet. Like,
I thought that's where they were storing chairs.
I'm telling you, like, everyone's like asking me, I'm like, I don't know yet. We're working on it.
And Tomlinson, as the host of that new late-night show premiering next week, the one that has yet to start taping, a show that will follow none other than Stephen Colbert himself on CBS, she's still figuring things out.
Allegedly, we can fit through this, but we're going to find out together. You're good over here.
Oh, wow. All right. Look at that. Wouldn't it be great if I just totaled this golf cart, like, before I even started working here?
At this point, not even a golf cart mishap could derail Tomlinson's fast and furious career.
My career is going very well right now.
Yeah, that's like in the middle. So I think we just need to pick which angle we want.
She spent December editing her third Netflix special, Have It All, which is due out next month.
Nobody gets to have it all. And then I saw Hugh Jackman in person. And I was like, oh no, I guess you could have it all, but there's none left because God gave it all to Hugh.
But if watching the 30-year-old on stage or screen makes it seem like her career success was a foregone conclusion, to hear Taylor Tomlinson tell it, it wasn't.
I grew up super sheltered and very Christian, so I didn't even really know what stand-up was until like middle school.
Tomlinson is a self-professed introvert who first got started with stand-up comedy at, of all places, her church.
All my jokes have always been really rooted in my real life. When I first started, obviously, I was very clean. I was 16 years old, very sheltered. Like, I mean, I hadn't dated. I hadn't had sex. Like, I hadn't done much of anything. And so I think the jokes I was doing were probably A, pretty observational, and B, very self-deprecating. Probably to, like, a point where it might have been a little sad, actually.
I know that my friends both envy and pity me simultaneously, just like I envy and pity them. I know my friends look at me and go, yeah, I'd probably focus on work if I was all alone. And I'm like, yeah, I'd probably have a bunch of kids if I had no talent. So we're all...
This special is different because it's me acknowledging the fact that I am a successful comedian, which felt sort of hard to say for a while. Not that anyone made me feel that way, I just felt that way in my own heart.
Tomlinson lost her mother to cancer at the age of 8 and says as a teen, she used stand-up as an outlet for writing, performing, and eventually working through her grief.
I started writing jokes about losing my mom when I was much younger, but they were very like hit or miss as far as how often they would work, because I was doing them, you know, like on Sunset Friday night, and everybody's like, we're kind of here trying to get laid. Can I say that? Oops.
I want to just give that version of you a little side hug.
I know.
Those jokes eventually found their way into her second Netflix special, Look at You.
I know dead mom jokes make people uncomfortable. I know that. And if you are uncomfortable, I don't know what to say. You should have worked harder, so it was you up here.
Few work as hard as Tomlinson does or reveal as much in their comedy as she did when she shared a difficult diagnosis on stage.
I'm so glad I know that I'm bipolar now. I mean, I have the right meds. I got a mood ring. I'm handling it. But when I first found out, it was a very tough pill to swallow, and I've swallowed a lot of pills. Because when you first find out something like that, you're like, oh man, am I going to tell anybody? Should I tell anybody? And if I do tell people, am I hot and or talented enough to be an inspiration?
All joking aside, her openness was an inspiration to many, as has been her directness about how helpful therapy has been in her life.
I really want to find out if I'm my therapist's favorite client. You can't just ask, they won't tell you. I've tried.
Tomlinson's new show, After Midnight, will feature herself and other comics riffing on the latest updates from a little place called the Internet. She's hoping it's television's equivalent of comfort food.
There will be memes, emojis, laughs, murder. What? No, there's no murder. Who put murder in here? We will get that fixed before we air. No murder! I don't know, murder's pretty hot right now.
So, what is it that you think will be the biggest learning curve for you about this new gig, After Midnight?
Honestly, the thing I'm most nervous about, and this is sort of a lame, uncool answer, I am naturally very introverted, and it's something I've worked on a lot over the years. The thing I'm most nervous about is like the social aspect of it and how many people I'm gonna be interacting with and like being on in that way. Because that is a skill that doesn't come to me naturally. But again, I feel like I'm in a place now where it is something that I am better at and want to continue to keep getting better at. But it is the thing I'm most nervous about, weirdly enough.
But something that does seem to come to Tomlinson naturally, and that's served her both on stage and off, is finding the humor in some of life's most difficult situations.
If I can write a joke about something that was sad or hard or uncomfortable for me, it sort of neutralizes that event and makes me go, oh, that was a joke. That's a joke now. That's not like a bad thing that happened. That's a joke. Like it makes me feel like I got something out of it that I know you can't like hold a joke in your hands, but it has the same feeling because you can put it in a special or on a late night set or even if it's just a clip on Instagram. I'm so grateful that I have an outlet like stand-up to do that with. But you should go to therapy too.
An introvert who goes on stage in front of thousands, a once sheltered kid who's now flying high in public without a net. Taylor Tomlinson might not have it all just yet,
Oh, it moved!
but she seems well on her way.